Everyone, I am so honored to have Jennifer Gardella on for today's marketing strategy session. We're going to talk about some things that have kept you up at night, such as social media marketing. Jennifer, I want to thank you for being on this, and let's give them a little taste of what to expect in this workshop.
Sure. First, I just want to say thank you to you, Mr. Marketology, for having me on today. It's always an honor when I'm brought in to someone who's sharing the important message of social media with those who are treading through all of the information on the internet and can't make heads or tails out of it. I'm a social media consultant, and my entire business is positioned around helping businesses of any size get the information and, most importantly, answer all their questions that they may have. So during this time, we'll be going through what businesses need to be doing regardless of their size to connect with the right people, how to set up their accounts, and most importantly, how to be social.
Great, great. Well, everyone, what I want you to do is go ahead and register for this event, and we will send you out an invitation pronto, and you'll be able to hear all this great insight from Jennifer. See you there. Okay, so I'm going to cut it from there,
Okay.
and now we can go ahead and get into the actual episode. If I can figure out how to sit without, I'm sitting on my knees. It's not the most comfortable. So maybe I'll just, if I stand.
You know, I had a friend, Jeff, I had a friend who worked on President Clinton's campaigns, and she was responsible for booking him often. And there were times when some of his press work was done by others who were in business suits on top, and no one knew that they were sitting on the dictionary, that they had jeans on, that
Really?
it only matters what's above what the camera can see.
That is so true. That is interesting, man. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna figure this out. I haven't yet, and I don't understand why yours looks so just there. Maybe it's this cam I have. I don't know. Because it seems like even if I come close, it's too much. If I could go back too far, it's still not sizing correctly.
Hmm.
All right. Get back on my knees and great thing we're editing this out. All right. Perfect, perfect. So, okay. All right. Okay. I may have to take out the lower third later. Let me see if I can lean back a little bit more, sit up a little bit more. Okay. All right. We'll do it this way. I'll get my workout in with squats. I'm just have to squat the whole time. All right. Cool. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. As expected, we're about to hear some inside secrets and insights on social media marketing. And like stated, Jennifer is the expert in this field. And she's going to share with us just some quick tips to look for when setting up your social media campaign, how to measure it, how to be effective. A lot of times we go out and do social media campaigns based on buzzes. Somebody might say Facebook is the new thing, Twitter, whatever the case, but we're not doing it in a marketing capacity. We're doing it more as just followers of trends, what everyone else is doing. Some companies throw a lot of money at it and find out what they're doing wrong and then adjust. Other companies on the far other end of that spectrum don't do anything. They just sit there and think about it. So Jennifer, please provide us some light on this.
Sure. Well, I'll start at the beginning. When any size company starts thinking about social media, they first need to come up with a list of goals. Why are you going on social media? What's your purpose? Are you promoting a product? Are you promoting a special? Are you looking for referrals? Are you just wanting to be on social media because you think you should be and you're not really sure what to do there? All of those goals are really fine. So if your goal is to set up and then figure it out, that's good too. It's the setup and the optimization of those profiles that is so key. Even if you have a large business, you need to make sure that you have your account set up, that individuals have their account set up, so that everything that's going on, that's happening on social media, is strategic and very well thought out. Then the next piece of the puzzle is who to connect with, right? Because I could connect you. You can purchase 10,000 Twitter followers on eBay tomorrow. Well, you can actually do it right now. The question is, who are those people? We've become a society entrenched in how many Facebook likes does my business page have.
Yeah.
Okay, I can buy you 10,000 Facebook likes as well. And I would highly recommend against this, obviously, because we want to make sure that you're connected with the right individuals who are either going to make referrals to your business or use your goods and services. The last piece of any strategic social media campaign is the idea then of being social. And this is probably the hardest for most business owners, mid-sized businesses, and larger businesses to understand. For some reason, everyone believes that users should want the information that the business owner wants to share. And it's really time to flip the conversation and say, what do my users need?
Okay, yeah.
So for instance, when I'm out there and I'm publishing content on either one of my websites, I'm always thinking, what information does my user need? My user wants to know, let's say, about Google+. My user doesn't necessarily want to know what I do for them yet. They want the information that they need to be successful in their business. Yeah. So I really work very carefully and closely with businesses when we talk about setting up accounts, who to connect to, and then what to share.
And that's a great point. It's very important that we understand our customers, our audience, what they're looking for, and how we can provide them value. Someone told me this analogy that's very relevant. It says, okay, if you're in let's say a club environment, and you go up to people and just say, hey, I'm this, that, I do this, that, you won't have too many conversations. If you go up and say, hey, how are you? What do you do for a living? What are your interests? Things of that nature. All of a sudden, the conversation starts, and you made some new friends along the way. But a lot of times in social media, that's what we do. We bombard them with iMessages. We tell them this is who we are, what we offer. We really don't care about what you have on your mind, and we don't engage. But the ones that do it very successfully, they find out what the audience wants to talk about. They find out how to craft their content around that interest, and then they provide it in a way that is not as self-serving as just throwing down your throat, this is my product and my service. And then, of course, the goal is in social. This is a goal that a lot of companies don't focus on. The goal is to have them be your messengers, have them evangelize for you, and that's how you make those conversions increase versus you have a well-educated and knowledgeable content writer that writes this magic message that all of a sudden changes the world. And that only happens once in a million.
There are no magic messages out there because there's no one message that can reach everyone in your target market. And you bring up an excellent point about the idea of bombardment. How many times have we seen companies, again, regardless of size, just pumping out their own content on social media? They look like advertisements because that's how they're using their social media. So they're forgetting that's important to engage in the conversation of their core business areas. They need to make sure that they're sharing the content of others. And there's this fear out there. There's this, oh my gosh, I can't share someone else's blog post. I'll drive traffic away from my own website. Well, actually, that's your job. It's your job to make sure that those who are following you understand that you're not only on top of your own content, but that you understand what else is going on in your industry.
That's a great point. That is a great point. And one good way of doing that would be to go out to some curation sites, find out in your industry what is going on, and then chime in. I mean, you can share other people's content and still give your point of view. You don't have to just share. But if you're always talking about yourself, then sooner or later, just like everyone in a social life, you'll get turned off. I mean, sooner or later, people will be turned off. So share others to let them know that you're associating yourself with others in the industry and you're in the know.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely. And I've had a lot of success. You know, one piece of social media that many people, many executives miss is the ability to connect with the bigger fish in their pond. And I've had a lot of success and actually a lot of fun hooking up with individuals just by tagging them on LinkedIn or Google+. People love when they receive that notification that they've been tagged in the post. They may already know that they're an expert. They may already have all the clout and panache that they need in the world. But the fact that a little guy is tagging them in a post and wants their opinion, especially on the underperforming platforms right now, that can really go a long way in making a very important connection. I'm connected on those two platforms, LinkedIn and Google+, with every bigwig in my field. I've tagged them in posts, I've talked to them, and it's just a great way to align yourself with bigger people and understand, you know, let's face it, I'm a social media consultant. I've only got so many hours in the day, and I might not be the right consultant for everybody. Yeah. Why not connect with other people who can help my clients if that's what my clients really need? And it's been very advantageous for me in getting clients and getting credibility.
Good point, good point. Well, everyone, if you're looking to actually enhance your social media campaigns, I encourage you to go to the show notes. Jennifer's information is there. Also, some other resources will be there for you. We'll get into certain resources later because there are some tools that can help you in this, but keep in mind you don't want to rely solely on tools because you are that expert. It's your content that makes it work. The tools just help you in that aspect. So in the show notes, I'll have all of Jennifer's information. I'll have resources there because we really do want you to succeed in your marketing efforts. Well, great. Jennifer, thank you so much for all the insights you provided. Hopefully they have gained as much insights as I have and benefited as much as I have in this marketing strategy session.
Great. Thanks for having me.